So this is free thinking on how men are basically addicted to women. I think that's the best description of the relationship men have towards women, towards attractive women, available women. Men are very much fixated and fixated on women, and the main objective in life for men, particularly young men, but all men basically, is to attract a good looking woman, to attempt to have sex with her, and attempt to form a relationship with her. Sometimes a relationship isn't particularly desired in it, but sex is a main part. So it is strange to view things this way, and I haven't done so before. But when I look at it now, the behavior of men around attractive women and the focus of young men, particularly young men, the focus on getting laid, basically, or getting a girlfriend is a part of that, but that's not even the main thing. The main thing is to achieve sex. And the motivation to do so is very strong. And men can very much be regarded as being fixated on achieving sex. So I'm thinking that men don't really have control of themselves very much around attractive women who are available. And the amount of thought and concentration and the way a man behaves around an attractive woman, it shows that men basically lose self-control to an extent. Men are very much slaves to their addiction to good-looking women. And there is overwhelming focus in a man's mind on attractive women. So I think it is fair to say that men are not in control of themselves. They're under the, what's the word, I don't know, under the control of the sex drive. This addiction that I think virtually all men suffer from. It is kind of amazing to understand and see how men are addicted to women, and achieving a relationship with a good looking woman is the foremost thought in a man's mind. It is virtually all that matters. And I think of my own time as, I don't know, let's say 18-year-old up to 30 odd. There was so much focus in life on either a girlfriend or making a girlfriend and making a girlfriend happen. The main thing in life was probably achieving sex and a relationship with a woman. This addiction is so plain to me now that it's so plain to see it. And when I was in its grip, it didn't occur to me to appreciate I was an addict. The same as a heroin addict or a cocaine addict, I was a woman addict. And I wasn't even unusual. I didn't go crazy or anything. But in terms of how I was thinking of women and focused on achieving sex, I was pretty much standard amongst men. This is how men are around attractive women. It's just the way it is, and they really do take the focus of attention of a man. I'm thinking what else would occupy a man's mind. Now, certain careers, if it has certain talents, then careers might be part of it, might be part of his being. But in the main, the primary focus in life of men is achieving sex with good-looking women, and it is a fact that nature has men in its grip, and everything in a man's life is about sex with good-looking women, and obviously this keeps the human species functioning properly, and the children keep on arriving, and men are tools to achieve children. And so nature makes men focus on women, concentrate on women, and organize their lives around the pursuit of women. When I think of my own young manhood, I really can't believe that I was so focused on achieving sex and a girlfriend and whatever, and then henceforth I went forward onto marriage and children. So nature wants to have more people in the world, and men are manipulated into focusing on women entirely in their lives, and then children result. It is strange to see the whole of society being about men's addiction to women. I don't know why I haven't thought of it in this way at all before. And young men in particular can't focus on very much else in life. I think that what should happen and what would be advisable to happen is for men to understand and accept and acknowledge how they are addicted to women. It is an addiction the same as drug addiction. So men don't have control of themselves around attractive women. They're following a script, if you like, automatic behavior based on addiction. And no addiction, I suppose, is healthy or wise. So it's not good for men to behave this way. But breaking the habit, breaking the addiction is no easy business. I myself have decided to break the addiction, and I won't be having a relationship again with a woman in life. And it's difficult. I haven't got used to it yet. It's still very early days, but I basically will not let my attraction to women control my behavior. will not have relationships with women. I think this is in my own best interest. It's difficult to focus my mind and be certain of what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing is right for me, and I've covered a lot of ground in my documentary on the various issues. But I suppose it's difficult to hold these issues in my mind due to my injury. But I'm thinking it is about misandry in society, and men should seek to avoid misandry. And misandry arises out of men's fixation on women. Misandry is only possible and effective and powerful and dangerous for men because of men's addiction to women. So reducing the addiction, distancing themselves from women to an extent, that's mentally and physically, I suppose. Taking control of their lives, that's what men should do. It is strange how, when I think back on my youngest life, everything was about hooking up with a woman and having a relationship and then children. Everything was automatically focused on this and nothing else, maybe very little else, had priority compared to hooking up with a woman and having a relationship, and particularly sex and then children. So this fixation on women that men have enables misandry. Men are shooting themselves in the foot because of their addiction to women. I'm thinking that sex is great, but it isn't everything. So why do we treat it as if it was everything? And obviously it's nature controlling events. But I think men should seek to take control of themselves more and reduce their mistreatment in society.